I'm Todd Wyse. I teach freshman English, I teach video production, and sometimes I teach biblical literature. Halfway through my 19th year. I started off at Ohio State. I went there for a year. I took a year and a half off and I went to University of Toledo and finished up there. Just like everybody would always say, it was difficult. It took me a long time. I was a long way away from my family. I grew up in Minnesota and I was in Columbus, Ohio, so I was more than 12 hours away from them, so that was really difficult. It was fun to be in the dorm room for that year. Then when I took the time off, I didn't really want to go back to dorm life. Nothing, it wasn't bad. I just didn't want to go back to that. And so I just started. I was working full time, and I started back to school, and took as many classes as I could with the full time schedule that I had. And, so when I went back, college was just. It was fun, but it was more like I had more of a focus of getting some things done. So that's what I was trying to do with it. I think I decided to become a teacher after I didn't do well in engineering courses. I started off as a chemical engineer, at least that was my intended major. And I didn't really know anything about engineering or anything like that. I just knew that at the time people were saying that if you had good grades and you wanted to make money, have a good job, engineering was the way to go. So I started off as a chemical engineer and didn't do very well in the really basic engineering courses, and I just kind of thought that wasn't going to be a good fit for me. But I also knew that I needed to go back to school, go back to college, so I probably should have been a teacher all along, but that was how I made that choice. In recent years, you guys are used to it, but the technology that everybody has, the phones, for a while it was the phones, and then it was smartphones, and now everybody has Chromebooks and things like that. That's one of the biggest changes, and it's kind of silly, but I usually cry at sad movies, and my wife makes fun of me. There you go. The best part of the job is being able to do actually kind of what I'm doing right now. I get to interact with a bunch of people. I know it's on video, but I get to interact with a bunch of people every day on purpose. That's the best part of it. The worst part of it is trying to figure out how to keep everybody moving ahead and how to keep everybody focused and knowing for certain what they're doing. I'll say it like this: Mr. Odell and Mr. Thomas have been really close friends of mine. We were coaching together for a long time. Mr. Odell was in my wedding. So I don't know if they're my favorites, but they're probably the two people that I'm probably the closest to overall. I have a wife, I have a 6th grade son and a 3rd grade son, Tate and Malachi. We have a Labradoodle, her name is Lucy.